Hi, this is Chris Bayaki with Resolute Philanthropy. A little word today about an aspect of fundraising strategy. And I've talked about this before on LinkedIn, but it bears repeating, and that's goal setting. It's so critical that you are setting goals for yourself and for your team, especially when it comes to fundraising. Now, the fallback goal is always to set a goal around dollars raised, and that's super important. But setting goals around connecting with donors is, I would say, even more important. Once upon a time, we would say this is a goal around meetings, and I still use the phrase meetings, even though many times it's not a face-to-face meeting. It might be a Zoom meeting, sometimes a phone call, but face-to-face is always best. The idea, of course, is that we want to make sure that our fundraisers are out there building relationships and meeting with donors, and putting a goal around the number of meetings per month or per year is a great way to do that. But there has to be accountability. You have to have a system in place where the fundraising team, for example, is entering their meeting notes into the CRM, into the donor record. So there's a record of what was discussed and what the next steps are. And that way the boss or the executive director or the CEO can be looking at these and getting a sense of how those meetings are going. A goal without accountability isn't really a goal. It's just kind of a thing you wrote down, and accountability has to have goals tied to it, or else you're just micromanaging. So if you are struggling with how to really make sure your fundraising team is pointed in the right direction, setting some really clear and actionable goals is a great way to get there. And again, I recommend you really look at a goal tied around the number of impactful meetings that someone is having with donors, with potential donors in a given month or a given year. It's a pretty easy metric to track and can give you a really good sense of what the team members are doing and how those meetings are being received in the public. Now, if you're an executive director or a CEO and you're a little unsure about how to set these goals or how to hold your team members accountable, that's something we can talk about too. Drop me a note through this, in the comments, or through a direct message, and I'd love to talk about some ways we might be able to coach you through that or give you some skills to really set your team up for success, because that's the name of the game. If you have a successful fundraising team, your mission is going to be more successful, and that's really what it's all about. So a little food for thought today, on a Wednesday that still kind of feels like a Tuesday because I still can't get over a 4-day week. Two things for your calendar, please join me on the 18th. I'll be presenting a nonprofit board power up webinar. This is through the Fieldstone Leadership, and I'm very excited to be presenting this. It's one of 3 topics where we're looking at board effectiveness, board evaluation, board implementation, lots of great tips about the board. And I'm also really excited to be attending, and actually Resolute Philanthropy is a sponsor of the South Sound Philanthropy Summit, which is coming up on the 27th of September. So more information down below. But if you're in the South Sound area, I hope you can make some plans and join us. Some really great speakers and great topics. I'm excited to be a part of the event. So more to come. Keep up the good work. We'll talk soon. Bye, everybody.